All right, let's start. Where the hell? What? Okay, that's it. I got to get organized here. I've got, my tools just lay here and sawdust. You can't find them. And then I've got all my tools laying over here that I'm using. That's off to the side. Got to come up with a better way. The problem is every time I go looking for something, I gotta dig through all this stuff. The sawdust just turns around and goes in there too. And I've got calipers, and I've got sharpening blocks, and I've got all kinds of other calipers and rest stands and all this stuff. Like I said, it just fills up in here. I gotta dig through here every time I'm trying to work. Not happy. Alright, now that I have all this cleaned up, this is what I've got. I have a Craftsman lathe, dates back to 1954. It's a model 103, which makes it as old as I am. I have no idea how many horsepower, or quarter horsepower, half horsepower, whatever. I have no idea because there's no data plate on this. But I've got 4 speeds. Because I've got 4 pulleys on one, and I can adjust them very easily just by tilting the motor. I like this setup. I'll tell you why. It's not direct drive. It works just fine, but if I catch, the pulley will just slip. It won't continue, and I won't turn around and lose a finger or blow up the project. So, like I said, it's real easy to switch the speeds. Of course, not when it's running. They should have that on the car, right? Do not change fan belt while engine is running. But on-off switch right here. I got storage space here. The table's 4 feet wide by about 20 inches deep, and I've got this little ridge here that's, what is that? 3 inches high in the back. Yeah, 3 inches high in the back, and a whopping half-inch. Maybe less, 3/8, what did I say? Yeah, 3/8 thick, 3-inch high backing. And what I'm thinking about doing, because I've got a lot of stuff I want to store. I want stuff readily accessible. Inside the drawer, the cabinet here, which has 2 shelves, by the way, I've got my large chisels and gouges. And over here, I've got some mini chisels and gouges, and I've got some assorted others that I've acquired over the years. While we're here, we also have all the tools that we need to work and set up the lathe. Right? I also have a variety of measuring devices, and I also have the parts of the lathe, and we have some sharpening. Some stones, and there's a jig for sharpening that I'd like to store. I also have a lamp that I'd like to put up here for when it's not so bright like in the middle of the day. That's a disc sander jig that I built. It fits politely in the cabinet. The bottom line is I've got to get organized. So what I'm going to do, let me put the phone down, or the camera down. Alright, went to my local big box store, got me a nice thick piece of pegboard, and I'm going to turn around and cut it. I want it mounted back here. I can't put it behind the motor because the motor leans back too far, so I'm going to have to come up here and just use this area. Maybe I'll cut out and use the whole area. But I want to be able to turn around and put a pegboard back here. There we go. I'm going to put a pegboard back here, and I want to build sorted hangers to hang all my stuff. Now, understanding that, the tools here, the gouges and the chisels, they're fine when I'm not using the lathe. That's fine. But when I am using the lathe, I wind up putting them underneath, and they get sawdust and they roll, and that's no good. So I've got a piece of PVC here, that has the nice diameter where I can cut them. Figure I cut them about 3 inches or so, and put a 4, 5, 6 of them there. So when I'm working using a chisel, I can just put it here. And then again, when I'm done working, I just put them in here and they're stored away. So I got all this stuff. I've got to get organized, and this is what I'm going to do. Well, so let's get started. All right, what I've done is I've taken a 2x4, split it in half. It is 2 feet 3 1/4 inch long, and that will accommodate both the backboard of the lathe table and the pegboard, which is hiding over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a dado right down the middle from both pieces so that the pegboard will slide inside. All right, I've got the dado cut, whole length of the board, and what I've done is I drilled a hole 3 1/4 inch up. Now I'm going to use the bandsaw to remove this so I can cut a groove, if you will. All right, so what I have here now is I have a dado, the full length of the board, and that's for the pegboard. And then I cut a larger groove that will accommodate the back portion of the lathe table, and it'll go slide on like that, and the other one will slide on the other side like that. I will suspend the pegboard between them, and there I have the back for my storage. Alright, so I took the 2 pieces of lumber and I'm gluing them on the ends of the pegboard, and I noticed, and considering this is 2/8 of an inch thick pegboard, it's pretty thick stuff, it's still wobbled. So I took another piece of 1x3 and ripped it down, and I'm turning around and gluing on both sides to stabilize this. And see if I'm out of camera on this. Hold on. No, I'm not. Okay. And I'm going to take another one, and I'm probably going to turn around and fix it to here. And well, actually on the other side, of course. This, you're looking at the back. But I'm going to put this on the other side. That's going to give me a place to mount those pieces of PVC. So anyway, I'm going to let the glue dry, and then I'll start putting some nails or screws through it to really hold it. And so far so good. Hey, fits like a glove. Glued right overnight. It's on there. I'm going to turn around and put some bolts to hold it real nice. Now, let's continue. Okay, let's remember the plan. I wanted to use these pieces of PVC so I can stand up my chisels or skews. So what I've done here is I cut a piece of board for the bottom, and I've notched out where I want these to go. So on like this. And now what I'm going to do is take it over to the drill press, drill a hole here, and then once I have all the holes drilled, drill the holes here, and then screw these in from the back. All right, let's do that. Here is use a screw that will not penetrate past the wall of the PVC, because I don't want it scratching the handle on my gouges or chisels. So 1 inch nails, 1 inch screws will do it, but there's a little bit of wiggle, and I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue here as soon as it heats up and lay a bead on each side. That will secure the PVC to the wood. Hot glue isn't just for arts and crafts. Turned around and backfill those holes a little bit, both sides. Put some on the side. They're holding real good. Now, all I need to do is to secure this to the pegboard. Okay, so here is my solution to my organization problem. And as you can see, I have everything that I want readily accessible. And especially those PVC pieces where I can put my skews and chisels that I'm using right there, so I can just reach out and grab them. I was going to include a video on how to make these little shelves, but it's going to get too long, so I'm going to do that in a separate video. But anyway, here's my storage solution, and I'm real happy with it, and I hope I gave you some ideas. Again, I'm not one of your major woodworking content contributors. I'm just a retired old guy that just trying to share a couple ideas, and if it helps you, well, like it helped me, then we're even. Alrighty, so thanks for watching.